Disclaimer, the following video is just a bunch of random stuff put together by a stupid guy trying to be funny. It is not meant to be mean in any way. This video is also full of jokes that may not be appropriate for a younger audience. If you see a game that you like in this series, please remember that this is all based off of my own personal opinion. The jokes in this series are also mainly satire and just for entertainment purposes. Finally, please do not go and send hate to anyone mentioned in these videos as they have done absolutely nothing wrong and do not deserve it. Don't say that I didn't warn you.
Welcome everybody to Worst Games on Roblox episode 16. Now please don't click away yet because I need to show you something that is really cool. So a while ago on my Discord server, someone said that they were in school, to which I jokingly told them to write subscribe to Xenowolf on their classroom whiteboard. A few minutes went past, and they sent me this photo. They actually did it. So I want to do a little test with you guys. Next time you're in class, before it starts, I want you to write subscribe to Xenowolf on the whiteboard. Make sure that people are there because, you know, free promotion. And once you've done that, send it to me on Twitter. My @'s just there. You can make it as big as you want, use whatever colors you want, go crazy, but just don't get into trouble, okay? Also, shout out to the guy himself for doing it. His Twitter is here, and once again, mine is here. If you guys wouldn't mind following me, that'd mean a massive amount to me as I'm trying to hit 500 followers on there by the end of the year, so any help towards that would be massively appreciated. Anyways, let's get on with this video.
Hello chaps. Welcome to a brand new episode of Worst Games on Roblox. We are still on our great journey of searching for terrible games. Now I'm sure you'll want to see what we have in this episode, so without further ado, I'll pass it over to Bob.
Thanks Dave. Hello everybody watching this. Thanks for. Stop fucking clapping. Thank you for tuning in to episode 16 of Worst Games on Roblox. Last time we looked at many terrible games, and this time we're going to be looking at even more that are just as bad. So let's dive straight into it. The first game we're going to play is called Weightlifting Simulator 2. I really don't know who would think that making a game based around lifting weights was a good idea. But let's not make judgments from the title, like ratio or thumbnail, and let's actually play this game. So once we join the game we're taken to the title screen. Let's hit play. Oh my god, I look fucking hideous. So in this game you have to lift weights in order to get stronger and kill people. Yep, that's it. That's all you do in the entire game. Not even a minute after playing, and some other dumb player had killed me. Excuse me, but can't you see I'm trying to get ripped here? When I spawned back, I got moved to some random area in the air, which was perfect, because I could then lift my weights without any trouble. But that got boring after 4 seconds, so I reset. Every time I tried to get stronger, another person would kill me, which I think is completely stupid. I really hate how the fighting area is in the exact same place as the spawn area. This makes it much easier for people who are stronger to kill you right after you spawn in. I think the two should be in separate areas just to make things fair. The game also has some pointless treadmills and other gym equipment that don't do anything. Well, I'm just going to continue lifting my weights over here since there's nobody over here. Damn it man, you had to ruin it. I spawned back in the weird area again, until everybody there started slapping the shit out of each other. It's pretty much impossible to survive in this game if you're skinny and weak, since everyone wants to fucking kill you. A few minutes went by with no interruption whatsoever. I was finally managing to lift my weights without anybody killing me with one hit. Though, it did take me a really long time to level up, which is another bad thing about this game. With the amount of lifting you do, it takes forever just to get to a higher level. There's nothing else to say about this game, because you've seen everything that this game has to offer, so now it's time for my overall review. I think this game is extremely boring. All you're doing is lifting your weights and slapping people, that's it. Plus the gameplay in this game is just 10 out of 10, take a look. Like I said near the start, I hate how the spawn area is in the same place as the fighting area, It makes it much more difficult for people like me to lift our weights. I only ended up killing 2 people in the end, because everyone else was stronger than me. That's it for this game. Now let's move on to the second one. We're going to return to high school dorm life. Last time was very chaotic and I enjoyed it a lot. If you remember from last time, our goal was to try to ruin the life of our teacher. So let's continue from where we left off. It's a new day, and it's time to get up. Now let's prepare myself for a new day of torture and pain. Just like every other day of my life. Let's walk outside and get some fresh air to start our day off. Ha 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 ha, she fell over. Ha 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 ha. Oh shit, I killed her. I had nothing to do with it. School has started, and my first lesson is science, so let's teleport there now. Wow, this class is super boring and the teacher isn't doing anything, so I'm going to use my phone again because the teacher hates it. Sometime later the teacher still wasn't doing anything, so I decided to stand on top of the desk and teach the class myself. I told them that they could use their phones, whilst the teachers tried to kick me off of the desk, but to no avail. This led up to the bell ringing and everybody moving to the next lesson, which was maths. Ha 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 ha, my plan is working really well, guys. She just admitted that she hates me. But let's go to our next class. Again, the teachers are doing shit, so I may as well just be honest with them. I told them to go do something productive with their lives, before the "I will report you" threats came in. This lasted the entire lesson, just me and the teachers arguing. It seems like my plan is working, slowly but surely. In the next lesson, I had to call my mother to tell her what it was like in the school, eventually making a joke about losing my pet snake yesterday, and that it was still roaming around. But the teachers didn't care. They didn't care that a highly venomous snake was still roaming around the school. They didn't care that this highly venomous snake could have already poisoned a student. They even didn't care that the student poisoned by this highly venomous snake could already be dead. All they cared about was ignoring me. Well, it's not my fault that little George got poisoned by my highly venomous snake. Poor George. He was such a lovable kid, and now he's gone forever, all because the teachers didn't give a single fuck about him. They only wanted to get rid of me, and now poor little George is dead, and his parents are going to sue the teachers. Rest in peace, George. You will be missed. I then got up to talk to the teacher, but I threw up instead. While you guys weren't looking, I had a little bit too much to drink and now I've thrown up all over the teacher's desk. Someone also somehow slipped on it. You see, kids, this is what happens when you drink too much alcohol. So please, don't go heavy drinking, or you'll end up like me. Next we went to the gym, and the teacher said we could play anything we wanted. Wow, she's finally letting us use our phones. I think she's given up on trying to tell me off. Wait, what? You said we could play whatever we wanted. I'm still going to ignore her because she's not my boss, plus it's still a free country, ha 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 ha. Later on I found another student doing the same thing as me. Yes, this is what I wanted. Join me now. Join the army of students who will rise against teachers who ban phones in their classroom. Join our fight against Miss Ally who threatens to give us hashtags if we don't. Do you guys want to end up like little George who was poisoned by the highly venomous snake? All because I wasn't allowed to contact authorities? Do you guys want to live boring lives in school, and not be able to use your favorite apps at free will? Will you viewers watching this video, stand up now and join our war? To fight for freedom of phones in class, fight against teachers like Miss Ally. Join now. During lunch I kept bugging her about using my phone and just trying to annoy her in general, until history started. For fuck's sake, stop trying to kick me out. Now that I think about it, everything I've been doing seems a little over the top. I've been annoying my teacher for the past 2 days, all because I wanted to use my phone in class. I've ruined lessons for other students because I've been arguing with the teachers non-stop, all because of my phone. I almost got kicked out of school too, just because I was ignoring the teachers and disobeying the rules. The students don't deserve this, neither do the teachers. Everyone, I wanted to apologize. Apologize for being such a mean prick. I wanted to apologize to everyone for ruining your week. I wanted to apologize to the teachers for disobeying the rules. I wanted to apologize just for being here. But most importantly, I want to apologize to all of you for smelling so bad. Seriously, you all need to take a shower. You all smell like cat hash 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 hash. Ha 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 ha, that'll show them. Well, that's it for this game, and that's all the footage I have, so now it's review time. I honestly think Roblox High School is better than this game. This one has such a limited space and it feels like there's almost nothing to do. This game is awfully boring. While I still think Roblox High School is boring too, I'd still say it's better than this game. So now we're done with this game, let's move on to the last one. Since we're settling the mood for Halloween, the final game we're going to play is going to be based around Halloween. This one is called Halloween Night, and it looks like it could be similar to the Trick or Treat game we played last year. Which one will be better? Let's find out. Here we are in the neighborhood, let's start knocking on doors. Just like that game from last year, whenever you knock on a door, the people throw candy onto the ground. Wow, how rude of you. I'm not a fucking hobo. The next few houses were just the same, but one house I came across stood out. For some reason there was a bat living inside, and the cheeky motherfucker stole some of my candy. Now I see a few things wrong here. First, bats don't live in houses, they live in caves. Secondly, bats can't talk. And finally, I'm pretty sure bats don't eat sweets. Oh well, let's continue our trip. I also came across a spider and a jack-o'-lantern who wrapped me up in some vines. Holy shit, this neighborhood is fucking crazy. I continued to make my way from house to house, collecting sweets from each one as I went along. Once your bag is full, you can then exchange your candy for money. Wow, I wish trick-or-treating was like this in real life. I could have made so much money just from walking up to strangers' houses. After making my second round, I decided to look in the costumes shop to see what I could buy. There are a lot of great costumes here, but you would have to play this game for a really long time in order to get the more expensive ones, but we're going to aim for this pumpkin one because it's cheap, plus I won't be left out. Next I decided to do a quest because the game was starting to get repetitive. I talked to a witch who told me her cats were lost, so I went to look for them. I mean, if you lost all of your cats, then you must be a really bad owner, but I'll go look for them. Just as I found all her cats, I came across some fans who asked if I was recording. Then I went back to talk to the witch and she gave me a cat as a pet. I really liked how that quest wasn't too difficult as it's pretty easy to see the cats from afar. Plus, it's not all pointless, you get prizes at the end of the quests for finishing them. Already, I think this game is better than the one from last year, but let's keep on playing. Perfect, now I have enough money to buy that pumpkin costume. Here we go. How do I look, guys? I look sexy, right? Right? Please tell me I looked sexy. As I started making my next round, one woman told me that my costume looked too real. Excuse me? How does my costume look too real? When have you ever seen a pumpkin the size of your torso? If my costume looks too real, then your Robloxian tits also look too real. Also look at this comparison of my costume versus a jack-o'-lantern. My costume looks like he's taken too much ecstasy, whereas this jack-o'-lantern looks like he just watched his whole family get murdered. I then spoke with another fan who caught up to me, before continuing my rounds and starting another quest. This time, a living breathing jack-o'-lantern wanted me to carve some pumpkins. In other words, he wanted me to poke holes in people's dinner so that they couldn't eat their pumpkin pie. So I went around the neighborhood and carved 20 pumpkins, before returning to him and receiving a different bag. This bag is able to carry more candy, which means you can get more money. That's pretty much it for this game, as the rest of it is just the same stuff. So now I'll leave my review. I'm not going to lie, I actually like this game, but it's only on here because it does get repetitive very quickly. The quests aren't too difficult or too easy, they're just at the right level. I think this game is scripted pretty well, though I did spot a few bugs here and there. I also liked how this game isn't too scary and can be played by everybody. For example, we didn't see any jump scare. Boo, scary jump scare, lol.
This is Halloween, pumpkins scream in the dead of night.
And that's another episode all finished. Wow, I hope the cringe didn't get to you too much. But I hope you enjoyed this episode just as much as the rest. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheerio.